Kyrie, you had an exchange with a fan last night that caught on video. I guess the league has talked to you.
Yeah.
Any regrets? Or?
Hell no. I'm just man enough to record it on video, then you know, that's on him. You know, glad that he got his ad name out there and his kind of 5 seconds of fame and it going viral. That's the social media platform we live on. Take full responsibility for what I said. Excuse the kids at home. You move on.
The challenge you know that is that Kyrie to remain composed and kind of let that stuff roll off you and not respond. Because you hear it all the time.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're human. You know, if it's in the heat of the moment and you know, frustration arises, we're at halftime. We were down by 4. You know, in an environment, a season opener in Philly, and you know, being with a young team like we have here, just staying composed, you know, handling that before we got in the locker room, and then addressing what we had to do in the locker room, and then going out and handling business and getting the W. You know, that's really the only thing that matters to me. It's up to the league at this point, but like I said, I take full responsibility for what I said. I mean, I don't have any regrets for it. So.
They haven't said whether they're going to fine you or not?
No.
Kyrie, how valuable is it for some of these young guys who probably didn't, you said it the other night, that they're going to have to step up. Some of these young guys who didn't think they were going to play, but they were going to be kind of just getting experience off the bench, are now playing, and how invaluable is that down the road for you?
Oh, man, well, man, Coach said it best today while in the locker room. You know, you don't necessarily have to wait for experience, and you know, they always say experience is the best teacher, but these young guys, they're not necessarily young in age all that much, but you know, they don't have to wait for that opportunity now in order to get in the game and make an impact. And you saw last game we had Shane, we had Gershon, we had guys coming in that have, you know, played the game at a high level, and we need them to contribute. And you know, for me to see that and witness that, it makes me nothing but proud and happy to have teammates that are ready to play. And it's not always going to look perfect because obviously we're still gaining knowledge about one another, but as long as we're out there competing, having each other's backs, that's all that matters.
You're 25, it's like you guys, you're like a big brother in a sense.
Yeah, I don't like to get in the whole, you know, big brother, little brother thing. I respect everybody as an individual and what they bring, but you know, having the years of experience of 7 years, I think that definitely caters to me having some knowledge that I can offer out there on the floor and help these guys out whenever they have questions or when it gets an intense environment, because Philly was nothing. We're going to see a lot more, you know, no disrespect to Philly, but I'm just saying we're going to see a lot more hostile environments going forward on the road, and where we're going to have to garner everything out of us, and whether it be our night or not, we're going to have to depend on one another to be there for each other.
Require a bit more patience on your part too, because these guys are still trying to figure out a lot of stuff that's just, you know, you can do that and you know that without really thinking about stuff, they're still learning. And talk about just that challenge for you.
I mean, it's exciting. It's exciting because I've been on different kind of steps in my journey of coming in as a 19-year-old kid. You know, then my second year and then my third year in continuous, and seeing something different every single year of really just having to be a professional and adjust to whatever the coach needs. You know, I've gone through 4 head coaches. I've gone through 2 GMs. I mean, whatever you think that goes on in this league, I mean, it's happened. So when you have that experience, you're able to offer it to them. That patience is the best approach for anything. I'm very unwavering in my approach, unless you're talking about me going at halftime and saying those remarks. But you know, I'm usually unwavering. So as long as that gets echoes to the group, I feel like we're in a great place.
When you were in your first year, who was that for you?
What's that?
Who was the vet for you?
Oh man, I had Antoine Jamison, Anthony Parker. I think those were our 2 vets, and I had Coach Scott, Byron Scott, as my head coach, as well as Paul Pressey and a few other guys that were really instrumental in me developing as a player and a person. But it was just very much different, you know. So just learning a lot and taking what I've learned then and applying it to as I further my career.
Hey, Rick, you said the other day, obviously you guys can't go back to square one now after Gordon got hurt. How much is this weekend, and now that you got through the 3 games in 4 days, kind of a little bit of a, okay, now we got to figure out what we can do for this, because the first 3 games must have just been on the fly, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was an ideal week. I tell you, I don't think any other NBA team probably would have gone through that first 3-game skid that we went through. But the most important thing that we got through was Philly, and that flight would have been totally different in these 3 days, and the media and everything would have been totally different if we didn't get that win in Philly. So, you know, we dial back in, we understand what the focus is, and we played New York on Tuesday, another chance for us to get better. But we also got to take things that we did very well in Philly and apply it to the games going forward. You know, because we got some big time minutes, and I told guys before the game as well, before Philly, that guys going to be getting a lot of minutes going forward. We just got to be prepared for anything and everything that teams throw at us, and you know, just stay together.
Thank you, KYRIE.
Thanks, KYRIE.
Yep.